Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today's lesson is lesson 2.5 in Shapes and Designs. Shapes and Designs 2.5 takes place on page 39, and it is problems A through E. And the ACE problems start on page 40. And they will be problems 21 through 26, and then skip ahead and do 44. All right, our learning target for today is that you understand the rules for lines that intersect transversals. Okay, let's learn about some of that language now. Here are our notes. Our notes, again, need to have the page numbers, 38 through 39. They need to have your name, the date, and the crew. And we need to have lesson 2.5 notes clearly at the top. Now, the next thing we need to have is our heading. And our heading for today is parallel lines and transversals. Okay? And the first vocab word we're going to learn is plane. And a plane is a flat surface that goes on forever. Okay? Now this is a math term. Just like in geometry, a line is a line that goes on forever, but we don't really see them a lot in the wild. A plane is an infinitely large flat sheet of paper, an infinitely large flat two-dimensional surface. And I might even put down 2D. It's two-dimensional. Okay, everything on it is flat, and it goes on forever in every direction. And that is used to define parallel lines for us better. And a parallel lines are two or more lines, I might put that in there, two or more lines that exist on the same plane. Okay, meaning they are not above each other, they are both on the same flat surface, running alongside each other that will never touch. And this is an important detail. Remember that lines go on forever. An example would be cables on a telephone pole, how those cables run alongside each other but they never cross, or rarely cross. And lanes on a highway, how the lanes run parallel to each other. If they don't run parallel to each other, you know, the cars would hit each other. And the pictures I'm going to put in here to kind of describe this is I'm going to draw myself a little set of parallel lines. And maybe I'll write yes by these ones. And then maybe in the corner here I'll draw myself another set. But these ones I might draw a little crooked. Now it might not look like these lines are going to hit each other anytime soon, but they will eventually, because remember they go on forever, so this is a big no for these ones. In order to be parallel, they must run alongside each other at all times and never cross, no matter how long we make them. Okay. That brings us to transversals. And a transversal is a line that intersects two or more lines. To transverse means to cross over. So an example would be an intersection crossing many lanes of traffic. So we have these two parallel lines right here. And maybe I'll label them. And this line that's crossing them is our transversal. Okay, remember you can pause this at any time to get your notes down. Alright, now there's some rules for transversals. And transversal rules go like this. Opposite angles, meaning if they cross this angle and that angle, meaning they're opposite, are going to be equal. Very, very important. What does this mean? Well, this means that if we know this angle is 120 degrees, this angle has to be 120 degrees. Okay? They have to be. It's just a rule. And the next rule is that adjacent angles, meaning if I have an angle that is next to another angle, have to add up to 180. They are called supplementary angles. Okay? And what does that mean? That means that if this angle right here is 120, then this one, through some very easy arithmetic, 180, because remember, they exist on the same line, and that straight angle there is 180 degrees. I do 180 minus 120, and I end up getting 60. So without even using a protractor, I know this has to be 60 degrees. Well, now it gets really easy, because 60 degrees is opposite of this other angle, which also has to be 60 degrees. And because I know these lines are parallel, because I know they're never going to touch, I know this has to be 60 degrees. And if that's 60 degrees, this has to be 60 degrees. And if this is 120 degrees, this has to be 120 degrees, and so on. So transversals become very, very useful, because by finding just one angle, you can figure out all of the others. Transversals are fun. They're kind of like a puzzle. Okay. Make sure you get this down and that you understand it so we can do the practice. The practice, once again, should be on a new page. You should be able to hand it in to my inbox without any trouble. Okay? Don't have it connected to your notes. I don't want you handing in your notes. And again, our pages are on pages 38 and 39. We need to have our name, date, and crew. And on pages 38 and 39, we're going to do A through E. And then we're going to do the ACE problems 21 through 26. And then problem 44. Okay. Go ahead. Good luck and have fun.